Hello. I got one of the most celebrated pale ales in the world, perhaps, double dry hopped 4-point pale ale from Trillium. I've drank this beer a whole bunch. I've actually done a couple of video reviews, but I wasn't happy with them. One of them involved some of my friends, and it was from a long time ago, and they told me to take it down. So let's try to do one that really gives a good account of this beer. 6.6% alcohol, primarily Citra hops. You can look up the info on this beer, but it's the same basic recipe as all their other 4 points, just flavored and dry hopped with lots of Citra hops. It was canned February 2nd, so it's been in the can for 10 days now. And I've been noticing that the recent IPAs I've been getting from Trillium I really like. It seems like their batches have been in good shape lately because I've had some consistency issues with them from time to time. That is very hazy. Has a good looking head though, that's one thing, is their uber hopped, double dry hopped beers at Trillium often have pretty bad looking heads. They're really thin, big bubbles, and they die down really quickly. I mean, this one's not perfect, but it's way better than what I've seen from a lot of double dry hop beers from Trillium in the past. At least once they started canning them. I looked up some old reviews, like my really old review of this when it was only growlers and big bottles. Like, the head retention was amazing in that. It stuck around for like 3 minutes with a good head, and I'm smelling this already. That's one of my favorite aromas in the world. I still love how clean their yeast is and how it just pushes out all these super tropical but also creamsicle notes from the Citra hops. Very low on the dank scale, not very green, just all sweet, creamy candy flavors, cotton candy, almost coconut, and like passion fruit, pineapple, peach, all that stuff is happening in here. No off aromas. There's nothing scary. It smells just super duper fruit forward. Very juicy smell, very, just tropical fruit blend. But I have a feeling it's not going to be super duper sweet. Usually the Trillium beers, except for some of their double IPAs, aren't that sweet. They have a good body, but then it kind of fades away. Not too bitter, not too much sweetness after this whole explosion of aroma and flavor. Really nice body. Ooh. It pops with some bitterness at first, just because the intensity of the hops. Actually, it's got a good amount of bitterness, because I got Galaxy 4 Point a couple weeks ago, and that was a really great batch, but I noticed how that one had very low bitterness. In the finish, it was just like super easy. This one seems to have a bit more bitterness lingering from that extra dry hop. The feel is really nice. It's not too chalky and astringent. It has some of that, of course. I mean, look at this beer. It's hard to get a beer looking like this without some kind of textury, grainy quality. But it is soft and smooth. It's not the most velvety experience ever, but it's pretty close. Doesn't float on your tongue like really good Treehouse batches. But it is really quite thick for 6.6% alcohol. That is not syrupy. Finishes really nice and clean and dry. And packs an explosive punch of flavor, especially for the ABV. Yeah, this is a great batch, and it gets more and more spicy as I drink it. It gets a little bit more pithy, but it's not like getting too pithy and bitter that it's distracting from all the fruity notes. It's just helping to dry things out. But there's a lot of, like almost incensey black peppery spices. Almost curry. I've never really used that to describe it. Maybe there should be a curry IPA out there. Perhaps, yeah, coconut curry IPA. Has someone done it yet? Yeah, because it almost reminds me of some Thai curries, because there's all these fruity notes to them, and there's creamy, you know, coconutty notes, and there's spicy notes, and there's peppery notes. Might make sense to do a curry IPA. Maybe Trillium, try it. Yeah, irresistible beer. Even though it does have a good amount of bitterness, it doesn't prevent me from going back for sips constantly. This batch does seem a little bit more bitter than the past batches I've had. I guess don't remember. The last time I double dry before a point was probably like over the summer or something, so that's pretty far removed. But I like it that way. I also haven't had any beer yet today, so my tongue might be extra sensitive. But this is really, really great. 4.75. It's hard not to give it that score. Yeah, it just has everything that I really want, and intensely all about Citra hazy beer. And I guess it is juicy, but it isn't. Yeah, it still finishes so dry, and it doesn't have that canned syrupy sort of juiciness that a lot of people want. They want that syrup. They want syrup with dankness. This isn't exactly that. There's a little bit of this spicy quality that's, I guess you might call it dank, but it's not like Mosaic or other beers that have this big green quality about them. And that's why I love Citra hops. It does amazing things. So I'll stop rambling. Very good beer. Bye.